Peace, love, and blessings, fam. I've been told in life that experience is the greatest teacher. I've also been told that a smart man learns from their mistakes, but a wise individual learns from others' mistakes. So let's just put it like this. If we as individuals are collectively a reconstruction of all the genetic material of our ancestors that came before us, our progenitors, then that means encoded in our DNA are the same thoughts, ideas, recordings that got them through life. So we are literally like walking libraries of lessons. Many times we fail to acknowledge the potential and the power that we have when it comes to the mind, when it comes to thought. So we will make decisions that are completely contrary to the things that we want in life, and then use the excuse or the justification that it was done or it needed to happen because there was a lesson to learn. And I can agree with that, except when it comes to instances where we repeat these same cycles, expecting a new lesson, expecting a new outcome. Many a times the lesson may be with the same individual or the same situation. Other times it could be the same vibrational frequency. So if you get that feeling that something ain't right when you're dealing with somebody, or you see a pattern taking place that you've already seen before, then the lesson that you already learned is now meant to be implemented. Knowledge is one thing. To gain the details about a person, place, thing, or situation gives you knowledge of that thing. Now, to apply that is what is wisdom, because now you understand how you're supposed to operate in accordance to this person, place, or thing. So let me ask you a question. If you walking down the street and you fall in a hole, tomorrow, are you going to walk down that same street and go into that same hole? Probably not. You're probably going to walk around that hole. Now, at some point, you're going to just go completely against the grain of what you were already programming yourself to do, of going up that street, and just go around a completely different street to completely avoid that. So we need to start learning to operate like that in life. When you are seeing patterns that are being presented to you that are directly in accordance or correlation with things that have already taken place in your life, see those as the lesson presenting itself again. It's almost like your ancestors saying, hey, you learned your lesson? Well, let's see. We're going to put it on the plate for you again. If you know this food makes you sick and you continue to eat it, then apparently you must want to be sick, or as some say, you like it, I love it. People get upset with me when I tell them that. People get upset with me when they come to me about a relationship that they're in, and they tell me they want to change it. We discuss a pattern, we discuss a plan, and then they go back. Now, granted, that's the individual's choice. If you're going back and it works for you, cool. But if you're only going to complain about it again, what was the point in it? What was the point in wasting my time? What was the point in wasting your time if you're gonna go right back to it? It's just like people that post one thing on Facebook or Instagram and it's something completely different in life. Stop living for the approval of other people. Your lessons are for you. Now, other times your lessons may be for somebody else to give a testimony, because it now makes you uniquely qualified to be able to help that individual overcome or elevate to a higher level mentally, spiritually, or physically. But in many cases, just take that lesson, not as an L or as a loss, but exactly that, a lesson to learn from, to move forward. Because once a person shows you who they truly are, then you know how to deal with that person. Not often do people change because of you. Most people have to change because they want to. So, in walking accordance to understanding that experience is the greatest teacher, are you going to actually apply what you're learning from these lessons? Sometimes you just got to let things go. Sometimes the lesson is just showing you, hey, step back. Sometimes the lesson is showing you work harder. But that depends on the situation and what is being presented to you. So, I ask you sincerely to pay attention to your ancestors, to pay attention to your genetic makeup, to pay attention to the library that is inside you, but you have the ability to tap into it every time and any time. Every time you are in a situation that you feel uncertain about, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Should I do this? Does this make sense? Does this change anything? Does this bring growth, positivity, or any type of compromise to a situation? Because if not, then you're not learning from the lesson, and you can no longer say, yeah, life taught me this lesson. Because if you're going through the same lesson over and over and over again, apparently, you're not learning anything. Peace.